Shabbat Shalom from Temple Concord. Each week I speak to you, sometimes from sitting in my own study at my desk. And if you've been in my study, you've noticed off to the side there's a little mug that's got a bunch of pens and things, and I keep a few flags there. A couple of American flags and a couple of Israeli flags. I do that for a lot of reasons. On the one hand, I've always liked flags. As a little kid, I used to open up the flag page in the encyclopedia and color the different flags to learn the flags of the world. I also keep the American one there because I spent time in American government and I have pride in our country. And I keep the Israel one there for many of the same reasons. I have real pride in Israel. I've spent time there. I've lived there. And I want to remind myself regularly of the miracle of the modern state of Israel. This next week on Tuesday, we'll be celebrating Yom Ha'Azmaut, Israeli Independence Day. And while I'm not an Israeli citizen, and I know most of you aren't Israeli citizens either, the significance of that day for us as Jews can't be underestimated. The idea that we live in a time when there is a modern state of Israel is nothing short of miraculous. For generations, our parents and grandparents and great-grandparents prayed for a Jewish state that might be free, where we could live in safety and security, where we could practice our religion and exercise the freedom to practice that religion, and live and determine our own futures. And now, for 65 years, that's been our reality. For 65 years, Jews have been at peace. Jews have been able to live in the land, to create Jewish time, to create Jewish ideas, to create a Jewish society. And so, yes, Israel today is a complicated entity, but any 65-year-old has interesting complications. Israel has challenges with her neighbors. Israel has challenges internally. But a good 65-year-old has a few challenges too. And the reality is that the miracle, the miraculous side of Israel's existence, is no less important or less significant today than it was the day it was formed in 1948. Israel is for us the miracle of our age. Imagine, we live in a time where for thousands of years, a prayer that was uttered by our ancestors is now reality. And too easily we get caught up in the details of this side versus that side, and we lose sight of the majesty of it all, the miracle of it all. So in this Yom Ha'Azmaut, we'll be talking about the Negev in particular and how Israel has learned to make the desert bloom. But I hope you'll take the chance to pull back just a moment from your daily life and think about what it means to live in a time when there is a modern state of Israel. Pause for just a little bit and think about, even through all of the discord and the disunity and the difficulty, all of the extraordinary accomplishments that that small state has achieved in 65 years. Think about all that Israel has given to the world and has given to us as Jews, and all that we can gain from it. And if you haven't made plans to visit, start thinking about plans to visit. Our next temple trip will be coming in the next year or two. We have exciting plans. All you have to do is ask and I'll fill you in, and I'm positive you'll hear all about it once the plans become more finalized. But the miracle of Israel is something that we need to experience and enjoy and marvel and celebrate and honor and sanctify as much as we can. So Tuesday evening there will be a gathering in our community at 6 o'clock at Temple Adath, sponsored by the Federation and the JCC. There will be a short program and then a wonderful evening learning about Israel and celebrating Israel, her culture, her food, her accomplishments. And together we will celebrate this new miracle that is in our lives. At the temple, we have all sorts of things going on. Friday evening, we have a congregational-wide budget meeting at 5 o'clock. Services are at 6 o'clock. Saturday morning, we'll celebrate the bat mitzvah of Emmy Newman, which will take place at 11. Torah study will begin an hour before that at 10. And Sunday school, we're back in session this Sunday. And Brotherhood and WRJ will both be meeting on Sunday. And over the coming days next week, we'll be open with all the usual busyness and activities going on at the temple. And I hope you'll take a chance to come to that Yom Ha'Azmaut event next Tuesday, and even if you don't, to spend a couple of moments treasuring the joy of our times and the sheer excitement of what it means to live in a time when we have a modern state of Israel. For now, Shabbat Shalom. Look forward to seeing you at the temple.